Hello, guys. How are you? I do hope that everyone is well today. I'm feeling excellent. I am glad once again to have another week as well as an opportunity to share with you here in the niche of singing lessons. There's been quite a few things going on today. I just had an interview with Saint Orban of Miami, Florida. He's from Connecticut, Port Port I can't recall exactly what part of Connecticut, but he's from Connecticut. I just had an interview with him with Gifted Magazine, and it went well, guys. It was awesome. It was incredible. I enjoyed myself, and to those of you artists or to those of you that are out there and you're currently seeking opportunity to get more exposure as artists or as singers. As I say, guys, you never know. You never know. You never know what opportunity will find you as you're out seeking an opportunity to become greater or to become what it is you wish to truly become in the process. Opportunity oftentimes finds its way to you, and we had a great time. I have another interview that myself and Gifted Magazine is going to do at 4 o'clock today, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted with the details. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description box for those of you that are interested. Those of you that are on this journey with me during doing singing lessons. Those of you that are interested, I'm going to leave some informative details in the description box below for you guys to engage. It's opportunity, guys. It's opportunity to walk into your destiny. You know what I mean? You never know what the future holds, but the most you can do, or the most that we can do, is prepare for it. Don't go into anything with uncertainty. Don't go into any situation with uncertainty. Have the confidence to take advantage and to take full control of your destiny. Your destiny lies in the hands of no one but self. And that's what we must realize and what we must understand. I appreciate those of you that have been with us on this singing lessons journey or mission from the time that we started until the very moment as of now. And to those of you that are newcomers, we appreciate you guys for joining us. We were going every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Central PM time for the West Coast. And to those newcomers, we appreciate you guys and we value you guys. And we really appreciate the effort and the time that you put in during the course of your day of productivity. You could have been doing anything else in the world, but yet you decide to be here with us. And we are very grateful, very much grateful of this opportunity and to have you being able to build a relationship and to build a bond and to also teach you. And in the process, we wish to learn too. We wish to learn and become greater singers as well. But this information for Gifted Magazine, we will leave a link in the description below. You too can have an opportunity to be interviewed and to also have an article written about you and what you have to offer and your craft and your style and your music and your story as a musician or as a songwriter, as a singer, as a fashion designer. As I always say, guys, we will do great things together. So never put nothing past me. Never put nothing past us. We will do great things together, and uh, that I am definitely uh, interested in pursuing, and that I'm definitely, putting forth the effort in doing, and I will continue doing so. But today's topic, is I'm frustrated. I don't sound like you, and I'm constantly being overlooked. That is the trouble that we have for many of us. I'm frustrated. You need a solution. You need a solution to your problem. And we're going to get to the meat of the matter momentarily. But singing lessons, today's lesson is the topic is I'm frustrated. I don't sound like you, and I'm constantly being overlooked. Well, I'm going to jump right in, guys. Unfortunately, that's just the type of society we live in today. It's more about popularity and it's more about trends. More of those things, or things more so being, uh, a trend, like I said. But that doesn't mean that there isn't any hope for you. There is hope for you. There is opportunity for you. Now, you may say, well, I'm not finding very much success going down the path that I've been going through, or that I've been on for several years now, you know, because it's not a trend or it's not popular, you know. Now, if you are a true musician, learn it. And to those of you that wish to become greater, or those of you that have been doing music or have been recording music for several years now, don't get off course. You, sir, you, ma'am, are a great helmsman. You are the helmsman of this ship. Don't get off. Don't get off. Because what you have to do is you have to transform, or you have to transform your thoughts. You know, don't think negatively of yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? You're doing perfectly fine, because this is with anything, even with brand building. It's a time consuming process. Now, don't fall to the wayside trying to follow the style or dancing to the beat of others. Don't lose sight of your goal or your vision. Just hang in there, okay? Transform your thoughts, and you, ma'am, or you, sir, you become the trendsetter. As I said a couple of weeks ago in one of the videos that I produced, don't get off course. There's a purpose for each and every one of us, and there's a strategic way in how each and every individual does things. My way may not work for you. Vice versa, your way may not work for me. So find somewhere that is comfortable for you. You know, sing, be yourself, using the ranges that you can use. Don't try sounding like anyone else. But at the same time, don't get too comfortable either. Now, you don't want to be in a comfort zone. You always want to strive to perfect your craft. Although in life, we will never perfect anything. The most we can do is get closer to that goal, or reaching that mark or that destination in which we wish to go in life, or those things that we wish to be or become in life. So don't get off course. You are an amazing helmsman, okay? Take control of the ship. Take control, you know? Don't go with the current. In order for your ship to sail, you must go against the current. That's the only way you will have complete control of your situation. Don't go with it, because if you go along with the current, you shall, or you will capsize. I'm telling you that now. In order to travel in the way or the direction that you truly need to go, you must go against the current. Okay? You have to go with the current. Not with the current, I'm sorry, but against the current, in order to travel in the way that you truly wish to travel. So find a range that is most comfortable for you. Find a range that is most comfortable for you. Find a range that works for you without straining your voice. Continue writing lyrics that nobody you feel would want to hear. Continue doing it because, as I said before, there are supporters. There's over 5 or 6, what, over 5 billion people, 6 billion people on the planet. So for you to produce or generate monetaries, you don't have to sound like anyone else because the world's population is mixed. So don't be discouraged because, like I said, the topic, I'm frustrated and I don't sound like you and I'm constantly being overlooked. You're not being overlooked. You're not being overlooked. If you're being overlooked, it's because we're overlooking ourselves and our value. You have value. You should never have to stoop or you know, uh, you should always have boundaries as into what you do with your music. If you are a true artist and you're passionate about your artist, your art or your work, you won't do what everyone else is doing because what everyone else is doing is too common. Why would you want to be like that anyway? Or why would there's people out here that's producing great records, true indeed, you know, but everything great or everything good must come to an end. You know, everything good must come to an end at some point. It might still be good, but it won't come in the same way that it was once before because trends change every day. Fashion changes every day. So why can't you fill the void once that trend is transitioning? Why can't you be the one that millions of people discover without a label? Why can't you be the one to fill that void with great music? The same as they're doing right now, others are doing right now. People are doing this every day. It's a trend, true indeed. But fashion changes, time changes, true indeed. So why can't you fill the void when it's needed or it's a necessary cause or purpose? Why can't you fill the void? Because if you're jumping ship, you can't. Every time you step into it or step on the new grounds and you're doing something completely opposite of what you want to do, you will not. I'm going to tell you this: you will not be comfortable. You will not be comfortable at all because you're constantly changing your image, right? There's nothing wrong with an upgrade. But if you're not being true to yourself and you're just worried about producing sales or you're just worried about a trend, you're constantly changing your image. You're constantly changing your style of music. You're making changes every month, if not every month, almost every year. So guess what? While you're trying to keep up the fan base that you did have already, they've lost you or they've lost you or you have lost them because you're all over the place. You don't know who you want to be. One day you want to be a pop artist, then the next day you want to be an R&B artist, then the next day you want to be a rock artist. As an indie artist, that's fine. If you can present yourself in that way, it has to be understood, that's the type of artist, the songwriter you are. But don't lose something that is good because you're trying to follow a trend. If you do these things already, that's fine. That's why me myself personally, I tell myself personally, like, hey, I'm not just one genre of singer because I have the ability, so many abilities. I sing it all: classical music, I sing opera, I sing uh, blues, gospel music. I sing rock music, soul, whatever, whatever. I mean, I have the ability to do it. Jazz, scat singing, I do it all. So, I mean, if people know you for doing those things, that's fine. But don't okay, so you're putting your focus completely into one genre. Okay. Now you discover that, hey, there's a decrease in sales for this genre. So now you're on the next thing smoking, and you're leaving everything behind that you built, causing you to recreate and have to build somewhere else. You know, this is the thing. You don't want to constantly do that. You build yourself up and tear yourself down. Build yourself up and tear yourself down constantly. You won't get very far doing that because you're in a state of confusion, because you're trying to find yourself. And honestly, I don't think that it would be finding yourself. You're trying to find the finances, or you're trying to find, you're trying to find the funds, trying to find, trying to find a way or find a place that you would fit when what you were doing all along before you decided to make that change was just fine. To do well, to do well, I feel that there has to be a separation at some point because everyone's different. Individuality is the separation. That's what separates you. Being no, I say this all the time. No one should sound the same in music. As Mr. Quincy Jones stated, and he states this clearly all the time, there's 12 notes and we all use them differently. He didn't say that there's 12 notes and we all use them the same. So what is that telling you? What is that telling you? The worst thing that anyone could be is a duplicate. Sorry to tell you. One thing you would never want to be is a duplicate version of somebody. Many people do it, many labels do it because, hey, this one sounds like this one. They're making great money right now. So we need someone else almost identical because they can, that'll boost album sales because they sound like Ariana Grande, or whoever, you know, they sound like Nicki Minaj or they sound like whoever. So they go and find an artist and they dress this individual up, or they prepare them or create or they duplicate that person's sound, being a knockoff version. That person has already built a brand or built who they are. Let them be, leave them be. You know, just because it's a trend, that person is always going to be that person, rather you try to be that person or not. You will never make the amount of money that they're making, not to its fullness anyway. You know what I mean? Not to its fullness anyway. So why even bother? Why even bother? But that's what a lot of labels do. They find a knockoff, or they find somebody and recreate the same artist that they already have or that people already have. You know what I mean? Just because that artist, they're making money with that artist, you got another label that go and then you throw them out there to compete, to try. How can you compete with somebody that is already, been produced or already been created? How can you produce, how? Like, why would you do that? Okay, you make money, but like I said, it's not to its fullness. Leave those people alone. Stop biting the styles of others. Find your own thing. So don't ever be discouraged, and don't ever, try to uh, duplicate someone else's sound. You know, it's okay if you have similarities, but to sound exactly like someone and for it to be formatted the same exact way to the point that it's almost identical, completely the same? Come on. No, that isn't creative, guys. That's not being creative. And don't copy anybody if you can help it. It's okay to be inspired. You know what I mean? Because I'm inspired by many artists. But to just sound like another artist just to make money, you kidding yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. So when you get frustrated, don't worry about it. You don't have to sound like anyone else to be successful or to succeed. Like I said, you can fill the void when there's a demand for new music. If you're sounding like someone else when there's a demand for new music, they'll look right past you because everything that you've already prepared sounds the same as that person that is no longer a trend, or that sound that is no longer a trend. You've been putting all your time and all your energy into something that has changed when you could have been creating your own genre of music. You could have been creating all kinds of different sounds and tunes. No, no, you chose not to do that. And so now you didn't benefit when you were trying to fit in, and now you definitely ain't gonna benefit because it's changed. It's no longer the same, and music changes every day. So don't play yourself. Don't play yourself, guys. So with that being said, don't be frustrated. Hang in there. And to those of you guys that are interested in Gifted Magazine, having an article written on you, Gifted Magazine, or having an interview, we'll leave the we'll leave the link in the description box, guys. I want you guys to have a pleasant day, have a safe remainder of your week, a productive remainder of your week. And to those of you that are in Florida, hey, you guys be safe. There's a storm on the way. So you guys be safe. And if you can safely evacuate, go ahead and do so. It's not worth taking a risk, of being stationed in the Florida area, due to the terms or due to the conditions of the weather and uh, how they are bound to change, in the future or the near future. So don't take the risk. If you have the money to travel, I advise you, please get out of Florida. Get out of Florida and just go away for a little while. And to those of you in Texas, hey, uh, our hearts go out to you too, because I know that there was quite a bit of damage done there. And you guys hang in there. Everything is going to be fine. So this is William Alexander of Emerald Music Group, and this is going to conclude Singing Lessons. I'm frustrated. I don't sound like you, and I'm constantly being overlooked. Just chill, relax. Everything is going to be okay, guys. I promise you. I love you, and as I always say, we will do great things together. Until next time, guys, catch you on the next one. Peace.